Hey everyone, it's Seth, coming to you from my garage. My camera lady and wife is currently on vacation, so you are sitting on boxes. Please don't fall. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about herbs. Now I know, at least for me, in the beginning, gardening was very stressful and overwhelming. I tried looking for things on YouTube or online, and there's just so many things they said you have to do. You have to do everything perfectly. And to be honest, there's so many different types of vegetables that you can grow. And every type of veggie has so many different types. Have you ever looked at how many types of tomatoes there are? It can be very overwhelming. Not only that, but veggies require a lot of care. They require at least 6 hours of sunlight. They require pruning habits, special watering that you have to do just right, the perfect soil, which, by the way, nobody online can actually agree on. Now, to be honest, that's just not feasible for a lot of people. Not only is it too overwhelming, but it costs too much money. I don't want to do any of that. And yes, now, a few years later, I've started to get good growing habits, and I've got good veggies growing in the backyard now. But in the beginning, it was overwhelming, and I wanted to quit over and over again. So for everybody out there who is new to gardening, who hasn't started yet, or who has already failed, I want to give you a great tip. One tip: grow herbs first. Now, starting any type of garden seems like it's going to be expensive. But if you just put a plant in the ground, and you don't have to worry about feeding it fancy fertilizers or having the perfect soil, it's not going to be very expensive. You can start from seed and buy seeds online. You can buy seeds for $1 or $2, even go to Home Depot. Or, with herbs, you can actually get cuttings from friends' herbs, and you can repropagate them very easily. For example, I'll show you later in my garden, I've got 3 different types of basil. All were taken from cuttings of basil that I was already growing. I put it in water, put it in a sunny location inside, and they all grew roots. Then I took those and I put them in the ground. And now they're already double in size in just about 2 or 3 weeks, and they are growing just fine. Same way with, for example, mint. When you grow mint, it'll actually trail along the ground and put out roots everywhere. So if you have a friend who grows mint, all you have to do is get a cutting that's already growing roots, and you can go put it in your ground and you will have a new mint plant. It really is that easy. It doesn't have to be difficult. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. This is a small little garden plot away from my actual main garden, which is just next to my back patio. And you'll see here, here's my patio. That is where my house is. So the sun comes up from this direction. Then I have the garden here, the fence here, and this big monstrous tree of my neighbor's. So because of that, this lot of land only gets 3 to 4 hours of sunlight every day. Now, disregard the veggies that I have in here. I had extras, so I was testing them to see how well they would grow in that amount of sunlight, and we will actually talk about that in another episode. But for now, I want to focus on the actual herbs that I have here. Okay, so these 4 basils are the ones I was talking about that I took cuttings from the main plant, put them in water, in sunlight, inside the house, until they grew roots, and then I just put them in the ground right here. And when I did this originally, they were only maybe about that tall, and in about 2 or 3 weeks they've already grown that much. And again, this is about 3.5 hours of sunlight, and they're still growing perfectly fine. Now also, I want you to see the soil here. This is nothing special at all. Okay, this is, as you can see, actually very dry. Now this here, there used to be, I forget exactly what it was when I moved in. This is a rental house. But they had a couple perennial little bush plants, no actual veggies, and the bushes were basically completely dead. And so I wanted to put a little garden plot here instead. I didn't add new soil, I didn't put anything down here. I just put the plants down and started watering. Now all of these have been here for about a month. And as you see, they're actually growing and thriving. So specifically on these basils, this plant here and this plant are sweet basil. This is what you'll make pesto out of. Now this one is a lemon basil and this one is a lime basil. Now these are probably my favorite herbs that there are. So if you don't like cilantro in cooking Mexican, lime and lemon basil are the best things in the world. Really, lime basil. Both of them are they're amazing. They don't actually taste tart like lemons or limes do, but they taste exactly the same as a lemon or lime. If you cut up some lime basil and put it in your Mexican food, it is incredible. I put that and cilantro, because I do actually like cilantro, in like everything I make, and it is absolutely incredible. You have to grow it, and it's very easy to grow. So this right here is actually the parent lime basil plant that one grew from. So over here we have oregano. Now oregano grows on the ground like mint does. It is very easy to grow and hard to kill. So this one, it's actually really nice because just like the basil, you can actually take cuttings of it and dry it out and use it instead of the store-bought dried basil, oregano, thyme, rosemary, whatever it is that you can buy in the store dried, you can dry yourself too. And let me show you exactly what you do. All you do is you take some leaves like this, or you come over here and you just chop the head off, or anywhere here. You want to chop right here in the corner where these nubs come up, right there. You can just chop or pull that one right there off, and you can put it on a plate, you can put it anywhere inside. Just separate the leaves a little bit and dry them out for 2 or 3 weeks. At that point in time, you can just take them with your fingers and you can just smash them up, and you'll be shocked how good they smell. It is nothing like store-bought basil or any store-bought herbs. It's like they sit on the shelf for 5 years and lose all flavor. It is amazing. You will never buy them again. It is so nice. Now, moving on over here, we have mint. You'll see it behind the okra like I was talking about. I have this right here behind, and this, just like oregano, is a trailing one. It'll keep on growing everywhere. It'll actually grow up plants, it'll grow everywhere. It does not stop. Now this specifically, like I said, will actually grow roots, and you can see right over here standing up in the back, you have a mint plant that is actually looking like a brand new plant because it put down roots and now it's trying to grow up. It is amazing. You can go and cut any of this. You can put it in water if it doesn't have roots yet, or if it has roots, just gently dig it out of the ground and you can put it somewhere else and have a brand new plant. It is so nice and easy. Now there are plenty of herbs that I haven't shown you specifically or that we haven't talked about. For example, I had multiple cilantro plants growing earlier, and even though they were slow bolt cilantro plants, I currently live in San Antonio. It's over 100 degrees right now and it's 7 o'clock at night. Guess what? They don't grow like that. Cilantro is one of those cooler weather crops that does not like the heat, so it bolted and it's done. But things like basil, oregano, mint, you can grow them all the time. It's amazing. And if you're afraid it's going to frost, like if you live somewhere like San Antonio where it doesn't freeze often, before that happens, you can take cuttings of your plants, put them inside, and then when the frosts are done, come bring your plants back out, and you have brand new plants. You never have to buy seed. You can keep on with the same plants year after year after year. It is that easy. That is what I wanted you to understand. If you want to grow a garden, I know you want to grow tomatoes, I know you want to grow peppers and eggplants and all of those really tasty things. But maybe, just maybe, you should start with herbs. Just at least 1 year. Grow a bunch of herbs somewhere easily and you'll see how easy those are, and then you'll be excited about it. And then maybe next year, try growing a couple different tomatoes or peppers, cucumbers, green beans. But start easy. Don't try to do everything you see on YouTube or on forums or Pinterest, because if you fail, then you might not do it ever again, and you really are missing out. And the great things that I want you to understand is that a lot of these herbs are just as good. They are incredible. They add so much flavor to all those veggies that you're going to learn how to grow later. Now, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll have another video out for you very soon. Thank you very much. Why did I wear a long sleeve shirt for a YouTube video when it's 100 degrees outside? I think I'll just take it off.